Hey everyone, happy Friday and welcome to another episode of Day in the Life of Vintage Classic Specialist. So I worked almost all day on the red Beetle and made quite a bit of progress. I didn't do anything huge per se, but I did a lot of small things, and of course those add up to lots of progress. So I will go over that shortly. First, let me give a very quick update on this one. Pretty much today what I did was, because again we found that the pulley on here, the crank pulley, which is the type with a stock sort of like screw on the outside of the I don't know, boss or whatever you call it, that inserts into the case that's supposed to like pump oil and stuff back into the case. Aluminum pulley, aluminum case, they don't play together nicely sometimes, and so it got kind of galled up and actually had started leaking, and then it seemed like it was kind of flinging oil mist around the engine compartment. Not real bad, but bad enough that I wanted to, sort of nip it in the bud before it would get this motor looking all ugly. So the plan is to replace that pulley with a press-in sand seal type, and they are pretty leak-proof, especially when you seal them up properly. And so that's the plan. However, being as this car has fuel injection on it, I need to have AJ put in the little steel button heads, which are what the magnet on the crank position sensor picks up. Dropped off the pulley with him today that came off here for reference, because we did actually move those little button heads on it, and versus where he would normally put them. Anyway, long story short, pretty much the ball is in AJ's court right now. I think he actually bought the pulley today. He just needs the time, I guess, to get back into his machine shop there, the back of his shop, and put in those two little button heads. Anyway, I hope that he can do that. He was supposed to get it done today, but it's already after 6, so I'm not necessarily holding my breath. But yeah, we'll see. Because at this point, that's kind of holding it up. I'm sure I will have it by Monday at the latest, but really hoping to put that pulley back on and verify that that takes care of this little oil leak issue. And then pretty much at that point, this puppy just needs more miles. That's really the last thing. Air conditioner is working. It's got seat belts. Fuel injection system seems to be pretty dialed. So anyway, that is the update on this one. Pretty much waiting on someone else to do something, which is not my favorite thing, but sometimes unavoidable. Anyway, on the Van Halen Beetle, which came in again for fuel smells, and it's sitting out there covered up, went and topped its gas tank off today and drove it around and kind of tried to take some turns and stuff pretty hard to get gas kind of sloshing around in there. Brought it back immediately, popped open the hood, stuck my nose pretty much right against every place under the hood where fuel or fuel odors would possibly come out. I didn't smell anything anywhere. So I think we got that one taken care of, but I will probably continue to take it for some drives and see if I see any or smell any gas smells. But I think we got it covered. The other thing I did on that car today was I adjusted his passenger one-piece window, which was being a little bit finicky. So I think I got that rolling up and down a little bit smoother. Anyway, so on to this one. Again, didn't do anything huge today, but a lot of little things, which again add up. So yesterday I had put on the turn signal stock. Again, really nice European ones are not available. This is a 2-year only, 66 and 67. And so I was pretty much got the one, which I'm guessing is from China, which Eddie over at Eddie and Dave's Garage is able to get. Thanks, Eddie, for getting this for me. And the first one that he got me, the high-low switch, which on these is here, was faulty, and it was just very erratic. So he got me another one, and I bench tested it. I think I mentioned this yesterday. It works great, so I went ahead and installed it. And then today I went and I routed the wires for it up through the underside of the dash, and pretty much got it all wired up under there as far as the turn signal indicator. So that goes off to the turn signals themselves. It goes off to the the relay, which is that big silver box there, the flasher relay you see. And then it also goes off to the smaller silver box, that one, which is the high-low relay. And so when you click the little thing on the end of the turn signal stalk, it sends a signal to that thing for it to switch from high beams to low beams. And then it also wires over to the emergency flasher switch, which is what you see here. So I don't know why, but for whatever reason, that Chinese or whatever it is, turn signal stock, the wire colors on it make no sense at all. It comes with a piece of paper that's supposed to say what they are, but it also doesn't make any sense. So pretty much sat there with an ohm meter and figured out what was what, and the colors are just off. But you know, at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter because I got it wired up. And I had to modify some of the wires a little bit, like cut them to length and stuff like that. It was just a little weird how they had the lengths of some of the wires on that turn signal stock, but got it all wired up, got it pretty clean, fairly happy with all that. So the wiring under the dash here, or under the hood, is pretty much done now. So now it's pretty much time to clean it up a little bit, and this should be done. Well, other than I need to order a radio for it. I think we're going to put a retro sound radio in it. So, of course, that'll be there, and a couple wires for that. But, yeah, other than that, this wiring is pretty much done now. I was waiting on getting a turn signal stock that I could use. So, did that. On the topic of wiring, I went ahead and installed the new positive battery cable. So this big fat guy here goes back to the starter, and then it runs over here to the voltage regulator, which I had its cover re-zinc plated, so it looks really nice, and wired it up. And so that's pretty much done. And then negative battery cables like these, correct ones, for whatever reason, don't seem to be available now. Wolfsburg West doesn't have them. So his original one was actually in pretty good shape, except it was super ugly. So I actually sandblasted this, and it came out pretty nice. So I don't really see any reason not to use this. It's actually in really good shape, and it looks pretty decent cosmetically now that I cleaned it both in gasoline and sandblasted it. And it doesn't really have any frays to speak of in it, so I'm going to roll with it because we've got it and looks pretty good. So got that done, installed the shift coupler and safety wired that up. So again, just a lot of little things like that today. While I'm sitting back here, the back seat heater outlets, these flaps were very stiff in here and they weren't really operating smoothly, so I spent some time freeing those up with some spray grease that we use, freeing up and greasing the cables for those. I don't have the levers on at the moment, but basically just pull the little end of the cable here to actuate them and make sure that they open and close freely. So took care of those. And then the other lever, which is on the other side here, is to actually control the heater boxes. So that one I went ahead and bought a new cable for, or it's basically like a pair of cables that come together to a single little, I don't know, fitting or whatever you want to call it. So I went ahead and replaced that cable or pair of cables and greased it all up. So again, just a lot of little things like that today. Trying to think what else I did. I think the other major thing that I did today was I went ahead and got his pop-out windows out that this car came with, and not surprisingly, because pretty much everything on this car is super nice, and the pop-out windows were no exception. I think I'm just gonna put new outer seals on these and call it a day. You know, I cleaned them up a little bit, and it didn't really take much cleaning to get them looking really, really good. And the glass doesn't seem to have any scratches in it, either piece, and they both have, probably be able to see that, they both have matching logos. Yeah, there it is. Yeah, so they both have the matching Duraglass logos, and The latches were also really nice. They do have a little patina on them, but they cleaned up really, really well. So you can see a little bit of pitting on them, but again, I think I'm just going to roll with these two. They cleaned up really, really nice. The only thing is that one of them has a weird screw in it that's not correct. So I need to find a replacement for that. But other than that, these are really nice. These are gonna look great in this car. Look at that. Boom. So I think that is about it for today, guys. I believe I will be working about a half a day tomorrow, trying to get a few things done here and there. So I'm hoping to get the pulley back for that one and be able to put some miles on it tomorrow. But again, the ball is in AJ's court as far as him modifying that pulley to work with the fuel injection system. So this one's kind of waiting on that. So I think that is it for today, guys. So thank you everyone for watching. Appreciate it. And we'll see you again soon. Bye.